Hi guys, Aryan Dixit here from Desi Australia. We're here at the iconic ground SCG in Sydney, and today we'll be asking some questions with some iconic players such as Glenn Maxwell, Adam Gilchrist, Usman Khawaja and the Australian captain Pat Cummins about the upcoming World Cup in India. We'll have a good chat with them and see what's in their mind.
Very keys to success in India. Pat, you played a lot there. Like, they're pretty draining tournaments the longer it goes on. Anything you picked up from time there in India?
I think you speak about the finals, and that's where you want to peak. So obviously you've got to make yourself, you've got to try and make sure you make the finals, but you can't peak too early. So that's everything from, I think things outside of games, the way you prepare. When you turn up to this tour, everyone's full of beans and wants to get into it, but it's going to be 6-7 weeks. So I think, making sure we're measured for the whole tournament, which we normally do pretty well, is going to be key.
Do you think momentum matters heading into the tournament, or is it, as you say, a case of just getting through the group stages and peaking right away?
I think it's good if you know your combinations, and everyone can look back at a recent game where you've scored runs or taken wickets. That no doubt helps, but it is something about tournament play that is quite different. You saw in 2019 World Cup, everyone thought it was going to be really high scoring, and kind of once the tournament started, the style was quite different. So I think it counts for something, but not heaps.
So is your view that a settled 11 is probably the best way in those not warm-up games, so legitimate ODIs, but heading into that tournament?
We've got, I think, 8 ODIs plus warm-up games. I wouldn't say necessarily settled 11. I'd hope that everyone in the 15 for the World Cups had a chance to kind of get involved. So even the guys on the bench have played a few games. We've tried out a few different roles. Once we get closer to the tournament, the 11's become a bit more obvious, but I think we'll tinker a bit over the next month.
We saw Minis himself scored. Obviously, he's a player who plays a lot of Test cricket, too early. What does he have to do in terms of if you guys want to break back into that sort of setup when he doesn't have a lot of chances of playing so much Test cricket?
It's a tough one for anyone who plays 3 formats or a couple of formats. The good thing is that, he's going to get some chances now, but we know how good he is. Scoring runs anywhere in the world in Test cricket translates pretty well to ODI cricket. Fortunately, it looks like he might get some time with the Bulls this year. It's pretty simple. Just wherever he gets the chance, play like he always does, and keep churning out runs.
You just finished the high.
Sorry.
There's a couple of new faces in Aaron Hardy and Tanveer Singh. What do you think they can offer the Australian squad? Obviously, just the provisional World Cup, but if they were there in India as well, what do you think they can offer that's a bit different in this one?
Yeah, excited to see how those 2 guys go. Kind of the next generation coming through. Hardy, in ODIs, having all-rounders is really important because you need to find 50 overs. Keen to see how he goes, kind of with bat and ball. And Tanveer is another leg spinner. We know how important Zamps is and how effective a really good leg spinner is. So, keen to see Tanveer and as an attacking option through the middle, because sometimes in India it might not be that pace friendly, so having a wrist spinner can provide some wicket taking chances.
All right, guys, last question.
So you just finished the high pressure Ashes series. From there, now you are preparing for World Cup. It's again high pressure. Now from Test cricket to One Day cricket, what is the most challenging, like to change from like technical skills or the mental aspect, or how do you prepare from Ashes to World Cup,
I think it's different for every position. As a bowler, probably the biggest difference is some of your variations you need to work out. Yorkers, slower balls, even bowling with white balls, slightly different. So there's a few subtle changes, but it's pretty transferable.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Pat.